Hey there, Ruby here with my very own Jessie. He has agreed to kindly come on and share with you guys his experience so far with working with me. So, how are you doing today, Jessie?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Tell us, or you could just talk to me. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what you enjoy, just a little bit about you, really quickly.
Let's see. Well, I like to sometimes I do a lot of stand up comedy, so I like to do that, and also I like to go hiking and running and a little bit of jiu-jitsu on my spare time as well as bowling.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit more about what got you here and deciding to work with me.
Let's see. Ooh, I don't even know where to start, but well, it's been see, because obviously, if I've done things on my own in the past, obviously, it's not working. So I can use a little coaching or see where I could or strategize myself. Because over the years, I mean, if you've been friend zone for lots of years or something's not working, then something needs to be done.
Great, great. Okay, and tell us a little bit more about your past experience with dating and the struggles or obstacles you had in the past before you joined.
Well, well, it's been a fair amount of success, but lately it's been nothing but friend zones, and sometimes women will choose another person over you for something that you don't have, or what have you, or say that you're in a situation where there is mutual attraction, but because of your past experience or mindset, it indicates that you can't do anything because you're afraid of failure, which pretty much indicates that your mind is telling you what to do instead of just following what you really want. And at the end of the day, the girl feels disappointed and throws you in the friend zone. Or there are other situations where you try too hard to impress someone and it backfires and you end up looking like a fool or a person that you're not. So that's some of the things that I've been struggling in the past, but little by little, I'm trying to get back on track.
Great, great. Yeah, it seems to be a lot. And tell us a little bit more about if you were dates at all that you were getting before you started working with me or even talking to women um, in a romantic way.
Like for the most part, if I'm lucky to even have a date at all, and even if I did, I wouldn't even know what to do and what would be the next step. So I would end up second guessing myself, or talking in general. It's just you're not picking their brains. You're not focusing on curiosity. So eventually they will get bored, and at the end of the day, it's like they're not interested in you, or they just don't like you because of appearance. But it goes back to mindset.
Right, it's a lot, it's a lot. Okay, and now you were online dating before, right? You tried it before, and how was that?
I tried it before. I didn't like it, to be honest. I'm not a big fan. I wasn't a big fan then. I'm kind of not a big fan now. But little by little, I'm actually slowly integrating. But the past experience with online dating, I haven't had much success because I've been getting no responses. And even if I did message them, I would never get a response
Right.
back, or I would be ghosted.
Okay. Right. It's a pretty big thing. And I remember when you first started working with me, I was like, we're going to try online dating. And he says, no, it doesn't work. And then what did I tell you? I was like, nope, we're going to do it. We're going to do it anyways. So tell everyone
Yeah.
now, tell everybody now what you've learned so far and the progress you've made and all of that once you started working with me. Oh, chill now.
Well, with the online dating, as much as I said no, I kicked and screamed to death, but you weren't having it, so I gave it a shot. And actually, I'm not a big, I you know, it is what it is, and I, as much as I don't like to admit it, but it actually does work because now lately, even though I haven't been getting that many messages, but I've been getting messages more than
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I haven't gotten a single response, and you would get ghosted. I've been ghosted here and there, but now it's like I don't see it as a big deal now, like with the right mindset. So I've been getting more responses now, and just, learning as I go along.
Great, great. And what is it that you appreciate about my help and working with me the most?
Actually, you get straight to the point, and you actually do call me out on a lot of things. Or if I try to make excuses, you wouldn't even let me fall into that. And holding me accountable. That's the most that I appreciate the most, because if anybody else doesn't hold if there's no accountability, you're still gonna make the same. You're gonna do the same thing, and with a different.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get the results that you want.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, thank you so much for sharing all of that. And lastly, what would you say to anybody that's thinking of working with me and about to, and just contemplating it? What would you say to them?
Give Ruby a try. I mean, what do you got to lose? I mean, because that's one thing I learned too, is that I resorted to looking for someone else, meaning that I wasn't gonna give anybody the time of day. But you know what? I figured it's 2017, and basically in the past it hasn't been working, so why not give it a shot? And which I did, and here I am till this day.
Fantastic. And we work so well together, don't we? Like it's been a
Yes,
roller
we
coaster,
do.
but it's been fun.
Yes, it's been, yeah. We have our differences here and there, but you know what? It comes down to, all right, yeah, she's right. And sometimes and it goes with any other person. You're stubborn, you're set on your ways, and that way is not working, obviously. So, and I appreciate that you weren't gonna let me fall into that pattern.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And learn from it. And what I've been doing is I've been taking notes and listening to recordings or conversations, and I take it in, and I ask a lot of questions because I don't want to make those repeated mistakes.
Right. And this is good. So lastly, speaking of which, where do you think you would be right now if I didn't come into your life?
I wouldn't have gone nowhere. I would probably make the same mistakes, or yeah, pretty much make the same mistakes. I wouldn't be dating, or I would be friend zoned. I wouldn't have gone anywhere. I would probably, and just like any other guy who hasn't had much success with dating or relationships, I would be another sad person, depressed,
Mm-hmm.
and being stuck in the same negative thought process, such as, why do women hate me? How come I'm being friend zoned? What does he have that I don't have? Those kind of mentality. And you'll resort to using negative coping skills that you shouldn't be doing.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you for sharing all of that with me. And you're totally right. I think the biggest thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the biggest thing anybody, not even just men, realize is that a lot of this is in your mind. A
Yes.
lot of it is mindset. And I think we've talked about this over and over. And anytime even you get into a spiral or a negative spin, I'm that person that helps you get out of there. Wouldn't you agree? If I just left you in there, you would have stayed in this negative, almost hole, and then you wouldn't do anything. You know, it's a dangerous, dangerous spot that I'm pretty sure you're aware of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if it wasn't for you, like, sometimes you would check me on that kind of situation where, what are you doing? Like, for instance, what do you do? What are you doing? Why are you thinking that way? And sometimes it takes a second or two to think that, wow, to click that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to.
Mhm.
And yes, in the moment you're not in the right set of mind, but then when the dust is clear and you're actually able to comprehend or focus on the situation at hand. And it's like, yeah, Ruby is right. And I really need to change it. And sometimes you need it. And sometimes accountability, it goes back to being held accountable that this is what's going on because you choose to have that negative mindset, and how can we change it? And that's something that I'm working on.
Exactly. And you're doing such an amazing job at it. So to end this now on probably the most exciting moments for you, I would even say, and you can tell them a little bit more because you felt this. The moment that there's one time we got off the phone, I believe, and then you got like 2 matches in a day or 3, which you never get. That moment, and then you texted me about it. You're like, what is going on? That moment, and then also that one of the ladies, she actually was pretty straightforward with you, and she gave you her number before you even asked. That hardly happens for people, right? So can you talk about those 2 moments that are like, whoa, this is different, and how you felt like in the moment of those?
You know what? When she first gave me her personal number, I was taken aback. At first, I was very hesitant because
you're like, is this real?
Is this even happening, or is this one of those fake numbers? So I decided to call, or actually text. Actually, to be exact, I decided to text and see how legit the number is, and actually, it was legit number. Her number was legit, and then the outcome was that it didn't pan out the way we wanted. But you know what? It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
But at least I was able to FaceTime, so that I think I take that as a big step.
Definitely. Fantastic. And what is that feeling? Explain that feeling when it's like when you receive kind of any progress, like, wow, this is working.
No, actually, like it takes a little bit for me to sink in that, wow, is it really working? But it's happening. So I mean, I would say persistence, and also have a little bit of patience too, because I think that's one of the traps that I've been falling in, is I have no patience, and it takes a little bit of patience.
Great. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, Jessie. Is there any last things you want anybody else to know out there? Any last comments before I let you go?
Well, I mean, if you really want to change, your dating life, or get into relationships, or eventually marriages, I mean, I would, from my personal experience, I say enough is enough from being single. So I'm gonna do something. So do something about it. Unless if you want to sit here and complain about your dating life that is non-existent, go to Ruby. What do you got to lose? I mean, she's really great. She's very passionate in what she does, and you can learn, and you can actually learn a lot from her, and that's something that you will. It's worth it. And if you want your dating life to change, that would be your first step, is reach out.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessie. Thank you for sharing everything you did. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.